Today, let's talk about Sam Gian as an author, as a trainer, and as a consultant. So happy that I have this opportunity to actually share with you my track record and my credential, all condensed into my e-learning website called sort55.sg. So let's talk about Sam Gian as the author. So I've written 12 books, published 12 books. These are just 8 of them. So I just want to take you into a few of them. Let's start with the first 2. Now, Let's Negotiate actually was written, the first book written 2004. Double Your Listing, Double Your Income actually was written in 2005, but I didn't publish until 2008. So these are 2 books that define my career as an author trainer. So very heartwarming because was very well received. Let's Negotiate, and of course 2005. Why I didn't publish Double Your Listing is because I stumbled upon a better idea called $1 Million Closing. So I quickly wrote this one and published this one. Now this is by far the best-selling book. And a few years later, I wrote Price It Right, Sell It Fast. But ironically, this book didn't really sell very well because even though the market has already come down, agents were in denial mode, so to speak. So I think people still don't believe that we were in recession. So, but this is one of the so-called crown jewel because I wrote it at the depth of the recession. And also Far East invited me to be the trainer. So I actually trained there for 2 years. So I actually use this as the basis of my training. It's a very long name. You may look like it's reasons to buy, but then don't forget, because in every dream, there's a home. So I just want to show you the back cover. It's very interesting because I mean that was the first time I actually list all the books at the back of the cover. So now these two weren't published in 2009, earlier 2009. Now this cover that you saw is actually the second edition. So the first edition is not like that. So by the time I published these 2 books, and also about right time to publish a second edition of this one. So now these 2 books were published for the purpose of conducting this examination course, certificate course called Certified Estate Agent. Now back then, 1/3 of the market actually took this course as their certification, and then they remain in this practice. So 1/3. Back then we have like 30,000, so about 10,000 agents actually took this course and remain in this business. So now of course the content has been condensed into my RES course and my CBD courses. Now, yeah, I mean, I answer this question because a lot of people ask me, why you always talk about last time? That's because I just want to show that throughout the long 21 years, I've actually accumulated quite a lot of experience, and I condense it into, a lot of 2 hours CBD courses. And of course, I have 6 more coming up. Next cycle, I probably just introduce another one on real estate investment, financing and investment. So then along the way, I believe we have still got many, many years ahead. So I think 6 more CBD can last us another probably like 2-3 cycles. And of course, I will hope that the past 6-7 books, I can again condense them into this book called The New Normal, right? Okay, we are now living in new normal. So I'm just writing this book called New Normal, Old Wisdom, $1 Million Guide to do well in this business. Now let's talk about Sam Gian as the trainer. So this was last year, Full House CBD course. The title was Real Estate Investment Calculation, and I have a lot. I have, I think, six investment courses. Now, back then, 11 years ago, now this is, okay, you can see I was actually much younger. How to beat the recession? I actually funded the whole thing because back then I was the guy, you know. So actually, you already saw many publications, and I got lots of experience. You can see people sitting on the steps because I was talking about how to preserve cash, which areas to go in. I analyzed the market, which right now I'm still doing. Of course, some of the thing has actually gone into CPD content. Speaking of CPD, this was a class before the lockdown, much earlier, I think March 2020. You can see people wearing masks, and now this is another perspective. No, I think this is a different class. This class is much bigger, also on real estate investment calculation. I somehow know how to pick what agent needs at this moment, at the current moment. So that's why I say every class of mine is packed. This one is like another angle. So this one is like, I think, 120, pack the whole class. Now, let's now talk about Sam Gian as the consultant. I did 3 runs of the relationship between US and China, how they actually affect Singapore real estate. I did 1 run this year in January before COVID-19 struck us, and this is a smaller classroom, but I think I have made quite correct interpretation. So I've actually put them into my CPD course as well. This is last time, up to 2013, I still do magazine, but nowadays nobody read magazine anymore. You can see me on the bridge. I actually took the picture, I wrote the content, I sent this to the event venue. Of course, there are people who helped me to distribute. This one was done for PropNext convention in 2010, February 2010. So we just came out from the recession, and was very sought after. And this one is another earlier magazine. You can see that I was visibly younger also. I think this is 2009, and you can see the books are all still in the old book cover. Yeah, I mean the double the listing, double your income. The book cover actually is different. So now again, a lot of people ask me why you like to talk about last time. Let me ask you back the question. Okay, now did US actually learn from the Spanish flu in 1918? Now back then, people refused to wear the mask, and then when the first wave was over, they came out, they celebrated wildly and all that, and then the second wave hit them. So now there's no difference. History just repeats itself. Now, did we learn from SARS? Of course, SARS wasn't as serious as right now, the pandemic. So we have the outline approach. So I think we are doing well, Singapore. But then what I'm trying to say is that history is very important. It's cyclical. It kind of like repeat itself. That's why it's important for me right now to actually show you what I've been doing for the past 21 years. And I just want to stress that how far back you can look into your own history is how far in front you can look into your future. And, you know, we are, you know, I'm always talking about being ahead of the curve. I'm not even talking about flattening the curve because I'm not fighting the COVID-19. I'm talking about being a salesperson on the ground. You must be ahead of the curve. Now, with the help of understanding what went on in the past, is important for us to forecast the future. Now, if you are newer, you must know that you have no credential, because why? Whatever you are doing right now, very soon will become your past. And whatever you're doing now will be your credential in the future. That's why it's important for me to show you my credential, and I'm condensing it and put it everything into my e-learning website called salt55.sg. So I thank you for watching this short clip, and enjoy serving my website. Thank you.